The right email marketing strategy can 6x your bottom line revenue, and I'm going to show you exactly how to set that up in this video here. First, I'm going to cover the importance of email marketing and the strategy we use inside of our business. Second, I'm going to walk through the only 2 types of email marketing strategies that we use in our business. And third, I'm going to break down live for you our #1 email marketing campaign out of over 1 million emails sent in the past 3 years. Okay, so first let's talk about how to leverage email marketing inside your current business. So as you can see on the screen here, I created a little graph for you, but the idea behind it is that a good email marketing strategy should actually increase the overall efficiency or conversion of your current sales funnel. Now, whether you've been following me for a while or not, my name is Ravi, Abuvala, founder of Scaling with Systems, and we build profitable sales funnels for our clients. So in case you haven't been following me, what a sales funnel pretty much is just a mechanism that turns total strangers into paying customers on autopilot. And it could be a mechanism that uses, face-to-face meetings, or for a lot of my clients, it could be just through an online sales funnel, through an online website with video sales letters and written sales letters. But no matter which side of the coin you fall on there, you're gonna want to use email marketing because it will increase the overall efficiency of that sales funnel. Let me give you an example here. So this is something I created for this video here, but as you can see, the bottom is going to be those green boxes right here are going to be what we being everybody, uses for content creation and sales funnels. And the blue boxes on the top here are going to be what we actually increase using email marketing. So let's go back to the green boxes on the bottom here. So like I said, sales funnels are going to be us turning total strangers into paying clients. And one of the main ways you do that is through content. So you research the content, you create the content, then you actually post the content. On average, about 10% of the people that view the content or 10% of the people that follow you actually see the content. And that's that 10% right there. Okay. And then of the people that see the content, about 5% of those people, if you've done your content correctly, actually become a lead, which you see right here. And then once you have the leads, about 10% of those on average without email marketing actually book a call with you right here. And then of the people that book a call with you, if you know what you're doing, you probably have a 20% closing rate of them that become a client. Okay. So this is without email marketing, what a typical sales funnel looks like. You have an audience, you post some kind of content, a certain amount of people that watch that content become leads, a certain amount of those people booked appointments, and a certain amount of those booked appointments become closed deals. Hopefully you guys are with me so far. So let's talk about why I love email marketing, because good email marketing, if done correctly, using what I'm talking about in this video here, when you post the content, instead of just 10% of people seeing it, if you send an email blast out to people saying, hey, check this thing out right here. I just posted this YouTube video. I just created this new training, whatever else it is. You can actually double on average the amount of people that are seeing it by sending an email blast out to your email list, right? Doesn't have to be anything fancy, and I'll walk through some of those later. But so now instead of 10% seeing the content, we now have 20%. Then of the people that see it, email is not really going to turn many more of those people into leads, but so we still have only 5% of those people becoming leads. But then of the people that become leads, of the people that give you their name, their email, their phone number saying, hey, I want to learn a little bit more about this. Well, we're going to send them emails that say, hey, do you actually want to book a call to speak with us? Hey, here's some emails about objection handlers. Here's some email about testimonials. Here's some emails that tell you a little bit more about my story and why I'm similar to you. And so that can actually, once again, double the amount of people that are booking calls. So instead of simply 10% of leads booking calls, now we have 20% of people booking calls, which is massive. We are doubling the efficiency of the funnel. And I'm going to show you in a little bit how you can automate this entire process. But this is what a good email marketing strategy does. Okay. And finally, when they book a call, most people think, okay, I'm done there. Email marketing is done at that point. But actually, some of our best emails are reserved for when people do book a call to speak with us. Because just booking a call doesn't mean that they've agreed to work with you. It means that they're interested in getting on the phone to speak about working with you. So if you have really, really great email copy and great case studies and some of the things we'll talk about in a little bit here, you can actually increase the closing rate that you have from 20% to 30%, okay? So as you can see here, just with a few additional emails, a few automations and campaigns, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, we have actually 6x'd our efficiency of our sales funnel. And that's because of your entire audience, when you post a piece of content, about 0.01% of them become customers. However, when you are having a supplemental funnel conversion, which in this instance is email, it could be appointment setters or whatever else it is, you actually increase it to 0.06% of your audience become customers every single time you post a piece of content, right? So literally, like I said earlier, 6 times the amount of bottom line revenue with the same amount of work once we automate it. Okay, so you're not paying any more money. It's just you're squeezing more out of the juice that you already have. All right, so hopefully you understand this so far. We're going to actually dive into the 2 different types of email marketing that you can do. And then finally, I'm going to break down the actual best performing email for our company in this video here. Okay, so the 2 main types of email marketing strategies you can use inside your company are email campaigns and email automations. Let me break that down for you really quickly. Email campaigns is what we call ad hoc, okay? So what ad hoc means is whenever you feel like it, whenever you want to. That's what ad hoc essentially means. So, let's say that I got a client testimonial came in today. Well, maybe I want all of my clients to know about it. So it came in today, I type up an email, I send it out. That's an email campaign. Or for example, a lot of you that are watching this video right now are coming from my email list because we typed up an email once we got this video published and we sent it out to everybody and said, hey, check out this email. So it's not automated. It's really whenever we want to use it. Okay. So ad hoc examples could be, case studies. It could be whenever we have, videos. Could be whenever we have trainings. Okay. Now for automations, it's obviously automated. So it's really if this, then that. So if someone subscribes to my email list, then we're going to send them these emails. If this person becomes a lead, then we're going to send them these emails. If this person books an appointment, then we're going to send them these emails. Okay. So it is triggered automatically and it's sent to them automatically without me having to really type up any more emails. So hopefully you're understanding the main difference between automated and campaigns is that campaigns is what we use to come up with an idea and send it out there. Automations are the ones that we use and we put it inside the software so that anytime somebody does something, then we send them the email. Okay. Which moves me to the next point, which is campaigns is where we use for testing and automations is what we use for winners. Let me explain. So whenever I am coming up with a new concept, maybe I want to try a new type of case study out, or maybe we're trying a new YouTube video out, or maybe a new blog post, whatever else it is, I'm going to use my campaigns to blast out that email to everybody. And then after 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, I'm going to look at the reports of that campaign. And then based on the reports of that campaign, I'm going to decide, was that a winner or not, right? What was the open rate? What was the click-through rate? Did we get any booked appointments from it? Did we get any closed deals from it? And once I get the closed deals and the booked appointments and all those numbers, I can know this one was a winner. So now we already sent this email to everybody that was on our email list currently, but what about all the new people that are getting added to our email list every day? Well, let's then add it into an automation and put them into an automated sequence so that if they join the email list, then they get that email every single time, right? Because I already know it's a winner. And let's say I did the email campaign and it was a dud. It was a loser. Didn't get any booked appointments, no click-throughs, no opens. Well, then I wouldn't add that to the automation. So over time, your automations that every single new lead gets is just the best emails that you've ever sent. Statistically speaking, it's just an accumulation of all the best emails that bring booked appointments and closed deals. And that's how you can increase the efficiency of your sales funnel, increase the bottom line profit of your company, right? So hopefully all of that's making sense to you here, but we're using campaigns to test ideas out and then taking the best ideas and sending that to every single person under the automations. And the final main difference I want to talk to you between campaigns and automations as far as email marketing strategy is actually something we call segregation, okay? And ironically, it's actually going to be for both of them. And what segregation means is that not all leads are created equal. So depending on what type of email I'm sending out, like a YouTube video, a case study, an objection handler, and depending on which automation they're in, I want to send those emails only to specific people. So let's say, for example, I'm sending out this YouTube video that you're watching right now. I might not blast it to my entire list because maybe my entire list doesn't want to get an email every single 3 times a week whenever I publish a YouTube video, which by the way, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. So if I was sending them an emails 3 times a week, plus the other emails I was sending them, they'd probably get pretty pissed off and they'd probably unsubscribe. But maybe I want to send emails of my YouTube videos to the people that I know have always clicked on my previous emails for a YouTube video. So I can actually segregate my audience to people that are engaging with my emails and only send the YouTube videos to those because they're like, I want more, I want more, I want more. Okay. And same thing with the automations. When I'm sending automations, I'd really only want to be sending an automation if somebody did something. So whenever we start an automation, we would send, let's say they book an appointment with us. Then we would start an automation to send them a case study. And then after the case study, we would wait a day and we would segregate the leads. Have they opened the case study or have they become a paid customer? Yes, remove them from this automation. No, then we would continue sending them emails. So you want to use, a lot of people don't use segregation when it comes to their email marketing strategy. So they send everybody the same email. And the issue with that is it's not customized. You don't have a high open rate. You don't have a high click-through or deliver response rate. And thus your deliverability lowers, your unsubscribe increases, and everyone wonders why email marketing doesn't work. Okay. Now I have 2 entire videos on ActiveCampaign, how to use ActiveCampaign, which is the software that we use for email marketing, and ActiveCampaign automations. I'll link down in the description of this video. You can watch at the end of this. That goes much more in depth on the actual technical aspects of the segregation of email. Okay, so at this point, you should understand why email marketing is important in increasing your bottom line revenue. You should also know the 2 main types of email marketing, which are campaigns and automations. And finally, what I want to do is actually break down one of our #1 performing emails in the sense that it closed deals that it's brought, that we had in an email campaign and now is part of an email automation for every single person that opts into our free training. So as you can see on the screen right here is the email. I'm going to walk this through just really quickly to show you guys what some, at least for me, what I've noticed as far as copywriting is concerned are some good aspects of a great email campaign or great email automation. So first of all, you can see right here, this is a test email. So it just says my old company's email. But one of the main things I want you to see is the subject line right there. So I'll zoom in a little bit, but it says case study, $3,000 in ad spend to $54,000 in cash in 7 days. So we want to have a good subject line that convinces people to open the email. Most people's subject line is like, hi, or hey there, or something like, have you seen this ? Those are not good subject lines. You want to invoke curiosity and give them like, hey, here's a little taste of what this is going to be. Really similar to a YouTube thumbnail. If you clicked on this YouTube video, we probably had a pretty cool YouTube thumbnail and a pretty cool YouTube title that wanted to make you click on the video. So there's a certain amount of people when you send them the email that will actually open it, known as your open rate, and that will increase if your subject line is better. And one of the best subject lines we've seen is case study in all caps with brackets around it, and then the description of what the case study is about. The next thing that you need to pay attention to is what's known as the pre-header text, which is actually the first 7 to 10 words in your email. This is another major mistake I see people in their email marketing strategy, in that they just say, so the email says case study, 3K in ad spend, 54K out in 7 days. And then the first line is something really boring. It's like, in this case study, I'm going to show you how this person made 3,000, blah, blah, blah. What you have to understand is that what is the pre-header text is what people see before they even open the email, those first 7 to 10 words. So you also want that to be zingy. You want that to sizzle so that they're also willing to open the email. On top of that, it needs to be what's known as a hook, right? Because in reality, just like the beginning of this video here, you have about 5 seconds to capture someone's attention before they get off because they're either confused or they're bored. So every single line in copywriting is just getting someone's permission to read the next line. So for us, your first line wants to be something really, really strong, which is in a quotation mark, meaning somebody else said this, $3,000 in ad spend, $54,000 in cash. And then I kind of give a little bit of context. And what I like to do is always add proof, which I'll write right here, whenever I make big claims. So I say, I came back from my flying lessons today to see a text from a client, Samim, who launched her advertising campaign and sales funnel we created just a few days ago. So I'm saying just a few days ago, someone worked with me and they made $54,000 after spending $3,000 in cash after we built them a client acquisition machine. And I put an image inside of that email that shows proof. This is actually Samim texting me on my phone saying exactly what he's saying right here. He closed 3 out of 3 people for a total of $54,000 in cash. So another big mistake people do is they say a lot of big claims, they say a lot of big words, and there's no real proof inside the email. So hook that makes a big bold claim, and then proof about why they should continue listening to you or why they should believe you. Because unfortunately, most people don't believe what anybody reads online because a lot of people are lying, right? And then what I kind of do is I give the body of the text, which is really more of the background. So I'm just going to type in background. And yes, I know my handwriting is atrocious. You don't have to tell me that. And this email is kind of long here, but I just want to show you really quickly. We continue. There's more in the email here. And I talk about where Samim was before. So that was the background, right? Then I talked about where we were once Samim started working with us. So let me show you that. You know, you named it, Samim tribed it. We scheduled the call. And then what we started doing. So hook was the first thing that we did. Then we gave the background story. And then we talked about, you know, the progress or whatever else it is. So we actually show them. And this is important because you have to teach them something. Good sales letters, like I teach my clients, actually educate their prospects on something good. So we're actually educating them and teaching them what we did for Samim. So maybe they could do it themselves, or they could book a call with us and we'll do it for them, right? Once again, one day after we launched his ads, I got this text below. More proof here. Hopefully you guys are with me on this. More proof of the claim that I just said. I said, this is what we did with them. And here's the first day after we did it with them. This is the text that I got him, right? So we had made $36,000 in 24 hours with just $60 in ad spend. And then finally, we'll come to the last one here. If you have a great offer and happy customers, I guarantee I'll build a sales machine that brings in new cash like clockwork. So here is the big call to action that we have in our email. Once again, a lot of people are missing this in their email marketing strategy. What the heck is doing all the emails if we're not actually closing deals from it? The only way that you're going to turn double the amount of people from leads into booked calls is if you ask them to become a booked call. So right now I'm saying, hey, if you have a great offer and happy customers, we guarantee we'll build you a profitable client acquisition machine or your money back, right? And I just go more into depth as far as like, hey, this is what it would look like to work with us. Imagine if you could put $1 in and get $6, $7, $8 out in the end. And then finally, another call to action, okay? So if I were to break this entire thing down for you one more time really quickly, let me drop these two. Number one, great subject line that capture their attention. Number two, a hook or pre-header text that gets them to open the email, gets them to continue reading the email. Number three, we need to have proof on here. What are the big bold claims that we're making and why should people believe us? Number four, especially for a case study, we need to give background. Where were they before they started working with us? Number five, we need to talk about once they started working with us, what was their progress? What would we do with them? We have to teach them what we did so that even if they don't book a call with us, they're happy they opened that email because they actually learned something about it. Once again, me being who I am, I like to show proof for everything I did. So I added additional proof at the bottom of that. And then finally, the call to action. And then here's a little bit of sales copy right here. You don't have to add this in here if you're not a good copywriter. But you know, I'm saying, hey, book a time to speak with us. And then I'm going more into depth as far as why that's a good idea. What do you have to gain from it? All of the benefits of it. And then I do a final call to action on the bottom right here. So that is one of our top performing email campaigns that I typed out. And then I created in my email automation so that anybody that opted in knew that was a lead would be more likely to become a booked appointment and thus more likely to become a closed deal. And the coolest part about all of that is actually for our clients, they get my top performing 100 emails so that they can instantly increase the efficiency of their sales funnel. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the number one email marketing strategy for you to leverage this year. Number one, you need to understand why email marketing is important so that you can even do it in the first place and keep on doing it. Number two, we need to understand the differences in the types of email marketing. Number one are campaigns that we're doing kind of ad hoc whenever we have something coming in. And then we're taking the winners and putting that in automations so that every new person that comes in will also see that same email. And number three, you've actually seen one of the best emails out of millions of emails that I've sent to our clients, so you can copy that and put that inside your business today. If you are an established business owner and you're interested in a little more training that's too in-depth for YouTube, you can click the link in the description down below and get access to brand new trainings that I put out every single week. And also, if you look on your screen right now, you should see two more videos. One is actually going to be Active Campaign Tutorial. So that's the software that we use to send emails from. And then the one below that should be Active Campaign Automations, the exact automations that we use for every single lead that comes inside of our company and how we turn those people into closed deals like clockwork. I'll see you guys in the next video.